Moonbiel's passion for picking Solar's nose. Being quite famous as the most serious and kinda more like a brother of the group, Moonbiel still has some hilarious habits that fans just can't even understand. The first of them is her obsession with picking Solar's nose, whenever and wherever there are chances for it. While some first thought that Moonbiel was just doing this to make fun of Solar in front of fans, they later realized how this has already become a habit of Moonbiel when she stands next to Solar, from the stage, V-Live broadcast, to even the airport. Moonbiel is also caught to have another funny habit of sniffing the most random things on Earth, even when that object obviously has no smell to it. For example, when she brought along a cute silicone bunny to the radio station, she just casually stood there and took a deep sniff from the toy in front of many camera lenses. Or for the times Mamamoo was awarded trophies on music shows, Moonbiel would always try to put her face in the basin and sniff the bottom of it. Or the other times, you will easily capture her trying to get a sniff of some of the plainest things, like an empty bottle or candy. She was even once caught sniffing Solar. Seems like there are lots of things about Solar that Moonbiel finds alien. Chihyo biting everyone. Being the leader of Twice, many thought that Chihyo is the serious type that will always keep a righteous image, but in fact, she's among the loudest girls with a hilarious habit, biting other members whenever possible. As fans noticed, Chihyo's been keeping this up since the very first day of debut and bringing it to every fan meeting, and even important events like award shows or music shows. Some also noticed that this funny habit of Chihyo soon infected other members like Mina, Sana, and especially Chungyeon. Junkyu and his yawning. Famous with the gender-fluid visual in the face of a webtoon main character, Chungkyu somehow doesn't bother to care for his image, and more often than not, fans would capture him yawning in a very weird way. Because yawning is often considered kind of a signal of boredom and not something so respectful, most people would try to do it in silence. Moreover, because it's hard to look good with a mouth wide open, basically no one wants to be captured doing this. However, things are of total contrast in the case of Junkyu. He just gives off funny sounds and does not bother to cover his mouth when yawning. Sometimes he even stared straight at the camera and seemed kinda proud of that hilarious habit. Jimin's extreme taste bud. On one appearance of NCT on Idol Room back in July 2018, the staff prepared the food that Jimin usually has, and to everyone's surprise, that meant some real deadly things that ordinary people wouldn't often eat. First was the deadly Americano with 8 shots of espresso. While that sounded kinda hard to believe, as to the amount of caffeine an ordinary person takes would range from 2 to 3 pure espresso shots, Jimin actually pushed the number to 8, and even admitted that he had always been drinking coffee as strong as this when having an empty stomach.
아침에 일어나서 인생의 커피를 마셔야 한다. 빈자를 줘. 아메리카노를 마셔요? 네. 이거는 사약 아메리카노라고 해요. 사약.
Although the MCs and other members pulled faces when they tried it, Jimin just casually took 2 full slurps and said, "I have to drink it like this to feel alert right away. This is just right."
그렇지. 딱 이 정도 딱 적당합니다. 이게 8잔이래.
However, that's not even the most shocking thing, because, as revealed when NCT Dream later appeared in another interview, besides the 8 espresso shots, he also drank 8 cups of Americano a day. What? When Jeno jokingly said that Jimin's favorite coffee had the taste of burning rubber, he immediately defended that's how coffee should be drunk, to feel the authentic bitterness and the sense of full awakeness. So, with that kind of taste bud, Jimin must really hate sweet things, right? Well, nope. The truth is of total contrast, because after people tried the 100% sugar bubble tea that Jimin often ordered and showed their disbelief, he even added that it was nothing because he also had brown sugar next to his bed to eat when being bored. Chiho's obsession with matching numbers. A little different from other idols, Chiho herself once revealed that she has huge fun in taking screenshots of the time on the iPad when the numbers are matching. While she didn't say how long she's been doing it, the fact that there were 921 photos of this kind, and that Chiho literally captured the matching numbers every hour, every day, actually said a lot about how obsessed she was with this habit. What fans even found funnier was that Chiho even said she got a bit sad when the time changed from 5:55 to 5:56 during the live stream. Chunkook's weird way of drinking water. While fans often call Chunkook the cutest of all 7 members, things actually not just come down to the fact that he's the magne, but also for some funny habits that he's been keeping since the debut day until now. So before starting, how do you drink bottled water? Huh? That's actually a pretty silly question, because who on earth would do differently from opening the bottle then putting the lips on the lid to drink? I mean, what else is to be done, right? Well, for Chunkook, there are actually more steps he must do, and as some fans noticed, he will always hold the cap in one fist, raise it up very high, and literally wrap his lips around the lid. Sometimes he even squeezes the bottle instead of tilting it down to get some more drops. It's also pretty interesting to see how, though most people would avoid looking weird when drinking water, Chunkook just doesn't seem to care. Besides this, fans also notice how he's super into sniffing other members' hair. While some would avoid doing this in case there's a weird smell, Chunkook seems to never get enough of the fragrance from others' hair. V with his blurring selfies. With the poker face that V often puts on when attending important events, many people thought that V must have a super cold and savage personality. However, as fans reveal, he's among the most chaotic members in BTS, with the habits of talking to seaweed, ripping his shirts apart, and speaking alien language just to make other members translate it back to fans. Still, that's yet to be the most hilarious thing V does, because, according to some people, he also has the habit of taking blurry selfies for the fear of shining too bright with a gifted handsomeness. While most people would flex hard if they had the visual of V, he just chooses to do the total opposite. The number of blurry selfies V took was so many that, at times, he was even referred to as the king of blurry selfies. Kang Daniel eating raw bacon and frozen spring onions. Everyone loves bacon and some spring onions to balance the meaty flavor, and so does Kang Daniel. The thing is, instead of eating them cooked like most people, he would just eat the bacon raw and the spring onions when they are frozen. What? After his appearance on It's Dangerous Beyond the Blankets, he immediately shook everyone after straight up chewing raw bacon. While everyone looked at him in disbelief because, as common knowledge had it, eating raw, improperly treated meat could cause food poisoning and other health issues, he just casually explained it should be fine because he had been doing this since junior school. And most especially, it tasted good. Then, when Daniel appeared on Please Take Care of My Refrigerator, he said eating frozen onions as ice pops has always been his favorite. Because most people would grill or at least heat the onion up to get rid of the pungent odor, many people were kinda shook to hear Daniel praising the food with passion. IU's love for raw liver. If you thought Kang Daniel's habit of eating raw bacon was extreme, then, well, IU might have him beat with her habit of eating raw liver. With her feature on citizen talk show Hello in 2011, IU revealed that she was obsessed with the taste of raw liver. However, it's not the thing she often did, since besides the fact that having unprocessed organs could easily lead to health problems, her management agency also advised her to not eat it in public, for the sake of not tarnishing the nation's little sister image. That's why, despite the willingness to eat raw livers every day, IU would only have it 2 to 3 times a month, because she couldn't have enough of that taste and how the dish alone also looked appetizing. Chewy adding biscuits to rice. Remember how your parents often scold you when having dessert before the main meal? Well, you don't really have to care about sneakily having some sweets to start the taste buds if you follow Chewy's habit, adding biscuits to rice. Although biscuits might typically be considered dessert, and rice part of a regular meal, such categories evidently don't mean much to Chewy. Since during an appearance in JTBC's Girls Who Eat Well, she revealed she used to crush biscuits into crumbs and mix them with her rice. Of course, it's hard to even imagine how the combination would turn out, but according to Chewy, you will probably like it a lot because it tasted oddly good. So, which habit of these idols really shook you to the root? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to BeBoss TV for more interesting content. Thank you for watching.